This is not a very good drawing, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. November 15th. It's like a tile roof, right? Like a clay tile roof. Sure.
You did that?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
2 weeks giving away drawings.
That's awesome.
Thank you very much.
Made with local paper and like bark paper, you know, a mate. It's a tree bark, right?
Yeah.
Ancient Aztec paper. It's one of the oldest papers in the, you know, on the planet, right?
Yeah.
And then I've been using local clay.
Yeah.
And painting, just like it's incredibly awkward to paint with that, right?
For sure.
But and then I've just been giving it away to the locals.
That's
so people
awesome.
they have to be from here. They can't be tourists or
right.
whatever,
So
right?
I don't qualify.
No, you don't get one.
I don't get one. Oh, come on.
No,
I've got the mustache,
sorry,
right?
No, sorry, buddy. I mean, if you wouldn't have said anything, and you maybe would have spoken Spanish.
Hold on.
Yo soy de Mazatlán. Sorry. Not hola. Not hola.
Come on, mate.
No way.
So what's your purpose of doing it?
I'm here from a place called Grand Prairie, Alberta, and they call themselves a sister city to Mazatlán, and they sent fire trucks and ambulances and things down here, and so this year they decided to be part of the cultural festival, and they sent they want to send some art. So I said, well, I won't send art because it doesn't mean anything coming from Canada. I thought I'd go here and experience it and actually communicate with the locals and build some kind of relationship. So I thought, well, let's show what we're accustomed to, right? And let's talk about the ice is disappearing up in the north, with the climate change thing. That the permafrost is collapsing into the lakes, and here it's melting too. But it's it starts to talk about those kinds of things. Right. Taking Canada,
starting a conversation about
it's just like like I told some of the people here, it's partly about just trying to understand each other, right? Yeah. Like you gotta, maybe there'd be, if we understand something, we're less likely to destroy it or harm it, or now that I've been to Mazatlán and I understand, I've met at least 200 people that I gave drawings to, I understand a little bit about their humanity, right? And I have more compassion than I would have otherwise. If I read a story about Mazatlán in the paper or whatever, or about Mexico, I'm going to have a different take on it than I would have 2 weeks ago, right? And it's the same thing, I think, for them potentially is a little bit of compassion and a little understanding about the world, and it becomes a community that we start to care about each other, right?
It's exactly the purpose of our project.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, what's your motivation as an artist? Why is that? I guess is that your motivation of it?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Are you an activist, a humanitarian?
I'm all of those things. I think I've become an activist only because nobody else is an activist in where I live, right? So somebody has to defend. By default, I end up having to defend. It's like I don't really have the option to opt out. Yeah.
Do you believe in a future for the planet?
I believe in humanity. I mean, what is possible. I've seen incredible things happen, and sometimes you have to hit bottom before those things come up. And a lot of people don't understand that. But there's always there's always somebody there that's willing to stand up, right? Yeah. When they've had enough. And I think same thing with you guys. I mean, you're going around the world, and you're going to have a story to tell at the end that's probably pretty hopeful, right? Because you're going to be talking to the people that have hope. Yeah. And I have a huge amount of hope because I have, a couple of sons, and people told me I shouldn't tell my kids all the nasty stuff that's going on in the world, like climate change and all this stuff, which I've experienced. I mean, I've seen these things, right? I've been to the Antarctic, I've been up to the Arctic, and I've seen the effects of humanity. Yeah. I live in the middle of sour gas country and the oil patch, right? And I see things being destroyed, and people said, well, you shouldn't tell your kids this, you won't give them any hope. Well, my kids are now 20 years old or thereabouts, and they're I asked them that, what about the future? future? Are you hopeful? And they said, well, yeah, well, you know, whatever happens, we'll deal with it. They're not unhappy, but they understand that they have to do things that, like in Joseph Campbell's words, you know, to follow your bliss, right? It's about just doing the things that are meaningful instead of this chasing, you know, money and fame and all this stuff, right?
Brilliant.
And so it's about, you know, let's find a way to love again. Let's not love just humans. Let's love all of life, right?
Yeah.
And let's create abundance. Because if we were all gardeners, right? If we nurtured the world around us, the place would be a paradise everywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, like it's simple.
Utopia is possible.
It's totally possible.
A vision, huh? Just a vision.
Yeah, it's just a few people going like, what can we do?
Yeah.
And it's just like you guys going like, let's do something.
Yeah,
right?
Totally.
And these dancers in here, holy smokes, and the artists and the singers and the incredible talent in this town. It's just like blows you away.
It's a great town.
Oh man.
It's a really cool town.
Yeah.